Until it's off, so it's time to join Alan Howes for this Grade 1 feature.
Flags are raised. Walking in, and they're off. Racing away for the My Pension expert, Clarence House Chase at Grade 1 over the 2 miles and a half a furlong. Racing their way down to the first fence. Elixir De Nutz in the red silk shows out in front from the grey Elixir De Nutz, and handy the short price favourite Jonbon in a now dispute for second place at fence number 2. Great job there from the leader. The back two, Nube Negra and Fugitive, getting a little bit behind the others as they race towards fence number 3. Last year's winner, Elixir De Nutz, out in front, leads by 3 parts of a length from Elixir De Nutz in second position. Jonbon to the outside of him, and then Nube Negra. Oh, the leader really reached for that one. Elixir De Nutz, he got away with it, but he's now sacrificed the lead to Elixir De Nutz. He now presses into the advantage with Elixir De Nutz now looking to move back to the inside. He was a bit deliberate there, Elixir De Nutz, perhaps after that mistake at the previous. Jonbon in third place, only once beaten over steeplechase obstacles so far, and he comes into this race on the back of his Tingle Creek success last time. Nube Negra is in fourth place in the white jacket, a horse who's won a couple of Schlur chases here at Cheltenham in the past. And Fugitive, he's just been nudged along there to keep tabs on the others. Fugitive, he came from a good way back to win the December Gold Cup here 6 weeks ago. Into the back straight, and on they go towards fence number 5, Elixir De Nutz and Elixir De Nutz. Over in front at Nube Negra and Jonbon a little wider, and then Fugitive. And as they prepare to take the water, which is fence at number 6. Elixir De Nutz between horses, Elixir De Nutz to the inside of him, Jonbon wider out, and then Nube Negra, he lands in fourth position. Fugitive now just been woken up at the back of the field again to try and keep tabs on them. Out to an open ditch, number 7. Elixir De Nutz a little bit better than Elixir De Nutz that time. Jonbon a little wider, and then came Nube Negra and Fugitive. Out to plain one, number 8. Elixir De Nutz and Elixir De Nutz pretty much together, with close up behind Jonbon, and then Nube Negra to his inner, and Fugitive the back marker of the quintet. They rise the hill towards fence number 9. Elixir De Nutz to the inside of Elixir De Nutz. Jonbon lands in third, a small mistake there for Nube Negra, back in fourth, and then Fugitive. Now the race to the top of the hill and fence number 10, a plain one. Elixir De Nutz in front, shows by about a half a length over Elixir De Nutz. Jonbon moves up with a good lead there to the outer. Nube Negra now just being pushed along in fourth. Fugitive at last of them as they take that left-handed corner that takes them on towards fence at number 11. This will be 4 out. Elixir De Nutz and Freddie Gingell in front from Jonbon and James Bone. Oh, he took a real chance. Oh, Jonbon, he's got away with it. He shot James Bone right up his neck there. That was a real error from Jonbon. He's managed to stay in the contest somehow, but big drama at 4 out. They head down the hill towards 3 out. Elixir De Nutz, Nube Negra is now up into second place. Jonbon, despite that mistake, is still certainly in touch in third. Elixir De Nutz was very low at that fence. He got away with it though. He remains out in front. Nube Negra shaken up. Jonbon given time to recover. Still sits quite pretty in third despite that big error at 4 out. Elixir De Nutz, last year's winner, appears to have been seen off. Fugitive is now looking to run on. They turn their heads towards home, and the My Pension expert, Clarence House Chase, Elixir De Nutz leading. Jonbon is moving up into second place now. Then Nube Negra approaching 2 from the end. Fugitive are running on fourth, and Elixir De Nutz at 2 from the end. Jonbon has now come through to just about join issue with Elixir De Nutz. They're getting away from Nube Negra and they're running on Fugitive. Jonbon's going to be in front on the run down towards the final fence. He looks at it, he pops over a little slowly. Elixir De Nutz given a big chance over on the far side, and the Grey's now in front. Jonbon is going to have to dig very deep indeed. Elixir De Nutz with Jonbon trying to rally up the hill. Elixir De Nutz trying to see it out from Jonbon. It's Elixir De Nutz by a half a length. Elixir De Nutz will win the Clarence House, defeating Jonbon. Fugitive in third, then Nube Negra and Elixir De Nutz.
What an utterly extraordinary race that Clarence House was. We're going to need hours to unpick that. An incredible ending to it with Jonbon after that awful error 4 out, then managing to look as though he might win the race, but in the end, Freddie Gingell, who has just won his first ever Grade 1 on Elixir De Nutz, the De Nutz at 22-1 has brought his young rider this very special success. Joe Tizzard, the winning trainer, and we can start, Martin, by having a look at 4 Out and this incredible recovery from James Bowen.
Yeah, it wasn't the first mistake from Jonbon, but it was certainly the worst. And oh my goodness, how James has hung on, and how the horse has got back up as well himself. He lost his back legs, didn't he? So it was an incredible recovery, but obviously that was kind of what cost him the race essentially. But he hadn't been as efficient and flamboyant with his jumping from quite an early stage as he can be. We know that at Sandown he hadn't been sort of impressive in that regard. Today was much worse even before the bad mistake. Then Elixir De Nutz tries to take that with him. But I think in terms of the winner, he is the horse that's done the least wrong.
Agreed. Apart from walking through 3 Out, he's actually been the most straightforward.
That's positively great in comparison to what a few of the others did. Thank God they saved this race, because if nothing else, they've had a remarkably dramatic finish. Here we think, well, Jonbon, he's getting back into it, he's back on a stride. James has given him time to recover. Jumps to the front here with possibly one of his better jumps of the round, even though he edged left again, which was a recurring theme. But just when it appears he's getting on top, he decides to save another one of those. He just sort of stutters into it.
Well, guesses at it in the end as well. Kind of stutters, gets in too close, and then has a go at it.
You get the impression at that point that he's kind of might be feeling something. He's always wanting to hang left, and he's
he was doing it before the mistake, wasn't it?
No, he was quite an early stage down the back. He was kind of going to his left a little bit, and certainly under pressure he's hung to his left, and he stuttered into the final fence. He's obviously made that bad mistake. So, you know, whatever happened, in spite of even regardless of that bad mistake at the 4th last, he wasn't himself today, was he?
No, the warning shots were fired quite early, just not taking James into race. Also, the element of James asked him for this one, and he thought twice about it, ended up guessing, and then
something was bugging him, wasn't there? There was something that was not right here. I mean, not just the fact of his defeat, but the manner of his defeat and what he was doing all the way around, even before that child sending error.
Elixir De Nutz we should mention, because he made a bad mistake at fence 3, I think it was, and that kind of meant that he didn't get into a rhythm and have momentum through the race. Elixir De Nutz really did fire through that fence, didn't he? But didn't lose much ground.
Yeah, Jonbon also made a mistake at that 3rd fence as well, next door to Elixir De Nutz. Right, we need to go and hear from the winning trainer. That is Joe Tizzard. He is with Niall Hannity.